Hello, my name is Austin Johnson, and I chose to do my presentation on falafel. So what is falafel? Falafel is an iconic dish of the Israeli cuisine and is largely considered to be the national dish of not only Israel, but also Egypt and Palestine. I didn't include it on this slide, but also falafel is considered to be like a staple dish across all of the Middle East. So it's a fritter, which is basically a combination of meat and other components ground up. And a falafel is actually made from ground chickpeas, broad beans, or even both sometimes. Falafel is a main course meal despite their snack-like appearance and is often ate alongside kimchi, lemon rice, tzatziki, and many more other options. So the nutrient composition and values. Falafel primarily consists of chickpeas, dough, spices, and herbs, making it a popular alternative for vegetarians. Falafel is a good source of fiber and plant-based protein. And it also contains small amounts of calcium and vitamin B5. And it's a relatively low calorie count per serving size, which is actually 6 small patties, which makes for a good source of clean protein. Going back on the alternative for vegetarians, they do resemble meatballs, so I feel like that's a good alternative for vegetarians that actually can't eat meat. So nutritional aspects and disease prevention. Falafel promotes an increase in overall bowel function and in turn decreases the absorbance of cholesterol in the stomach. Like I said earlier, it's high in fiber, so it helps lower the risk of heart disease and colon cancer. And since chickpeas are the primary component of falafel, it serves as a filler for the fiber gap, because humans actually don't normally get enough fiber daily, and improves the functionality of our blood vessels. So it's a good clean source of fiber. And since it actually just overall boosts your stomach like processes and bowel, and because of that, it decreases the risk of colon cancer. So how do you tell if your falafel is high quality or not? So it's delicious when cooked and prepared right. However, it can be messed up if not prepared correctly. Soaking the chickpeas and grinding them in a meat grinder or a food processor is the most common way to make the best falafel. Correctly made falafel will have a crispy outer shell with a soft, moist inside that resembles the texture of kind of like a cake or even a hush puppy. So what they do is they take small patties of the ground chickpeas, they mold them into balls, refrigerate them for a little bit, and then they'll deep fry them in oil. And so, like I said, the first way to tell if your falafel is high quality or not is if it has that crispy outer shell with the inside warm and moist like cake. So the cultivation of falafel is actually quite simple. As mentioned before, the main component of falafel is ground chickpeas. So chickpeas are a plant you can grow. You sow them like seeds, and then they'll sprout. It is best to transplant the chickpeas. So you want to grow them inside until a sprout is evident. And then you can transfer it in an outside garden, or if you're trying to plant them large scale to your crop field. And then growing and harvesting chickpeas is sustainable as it results in minimal environmental impact, and it's a natural process and can actually improve soil health. So how is falafel prepared? So you first want to soak the dried chickpeas and process all ingredients, which includes the onions, spices, herb, and chickpeas, and a food processor or even a meat grinder. You want to chill that mixture for about 15 minutes and then form the cooled mixture into identical balls. You want to deep fry the balls of falafel mixture and your choice of cooking oil, which can be just regular vegetable oil, or if you want to use avocado oil, whatever you want. And then you want to let them cook evenly for no longer than 5 minutes, or you can just use your best judgment until the outside is a golden brown and it's crispy. And then you definitely want to eat them warm, and it's best with side dishes such as hummus, pita bread, and tzatziki. So what is my experience with falafel? I tried falafel at Yassine's Falafel House in downtown Knoxville. My family and I had falafels as a side dish to our gyros there. The falafel I had was amazing. The texture was exactly how it should be. It was a golden brown with a crispy outside and a soft inside. The falafel brown was served over a salad with their homemade hummus, baba ganoush, and pita bread. Overall, I enjoyed the falafel I had at Yassine's Falafel House and enjoyed supporting a local business. And there's the picture of the dish. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that. So the social slash cultural perspective, falafel is of course a lot different to modern American cuisines that we may be used to. It is considered a Mediterranean dish spanning most, if not all, of the Middle East. Trying falafel really opened my eyes to another staple of the Mediterranean eatery and made me learn a lot more about the culture and views of the people who normally eat falafel. I actually did some research into Yassine, his life. He was a refugee from Syria and he recently gained his US citizenship in 2020. And I thought it was very interesting and that he spreads positivity and inclusion amongst all sexes, religions, cultures, or anything really. I thought that was really cool since his kind of where he's from, his ideology doesn't really match that. So I thought that was really cool. The food is good, but food made with passion and by a person who genuinely cares about the people they serve is that much better. So I really had a good experience trying falafel at Yusim's Falafel House. I definitely recommend you try that place as well. Some additional notes. I've sort of been always like picky, and like recently I've always wanted to broaden my eating habits. So this class and assignment has changed my outlook on other foods and cultural dishes. I think having an open-minded character when it comes to trying new foods is a strong value to have. Being inclusive to other cultures, dishes, slash eating habits allows for personal growth. And like I said, I encourage you all to try falafel at least once. You might end up liking it like me. And there's the sources. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you.